any data which is projected, which is not accurate, which is not correct, will open up other issues. For example, we insult the citizens of especially cities, telling the voter turnout is poor, telling that Bangalore has got 54% turnout, and everyone comes out making silly remarks, telling that the software engineers are crowded here, they don't care about the country, they go on long weekend, they are sipping beer in the bars when they're supposed to be casting votes. But when the reported turnout is 54%, every time challenged, telling that it's 70%, not 54%, because a large number of duplicate voters, illegal entries still exist in the electoral roll. Now, this is about the democratic system itself, how reliable it is. Because if ever the fake entries, it is possible.
PG, but a big thank you to you, especially with the recent Bengal elections happening. All of us, while we are happy, yet as someone who's a conscious citizen of our country, we would like to know what happened. We would like to know what's the truth. We would like to know what's right and what's wrong and what's the right process. I'd like to thank you that you put in a lot of effort to study and to share with us your knowledge and awareness on these electoral topics. I would like to thank all the participants who have come. So what happens is when we are talking about such sensitive talks, our communication is blocked. We are not able to send it on social media. We are not able to send it on WhatsApp. We're not even able to send it through our website. So we request that all the participants share about our talks with your friends and family and get them to participate. It's extremely important that we as citizens know our political responsibilities, especially at a time when the world is volatile and we in India are very safe. We need to protect what we have. We need to know about our own country and our political systems. Yes, sir, you were saying something.
No, you asked about the Bengal elections.
Yes.
So I thought it was a question.
Okay.
So I was attempting to my humble views on that.
Yes, you should. You should say. You should share.
So to say whether so-called vote chori happened in Bengal or not, it is not possible for a common citizen. Because the data that is available with us is very, very limited. And it's a humongous task to see who has been deleted, for what reason, which part, what is the demographic distribution by community, by caste, it is just impossible for an individual. A huge organization is needed, and that is what the ESA organization is. But as for the process itself is concerned, if it is done by the spirit, there is no reason to think that somebody was deleted incorrectly. And to say that ECI, as I told you, 2,000 people have got such a power, or a single political party has got such a power, to selectively see who is to be deleted, who is not to be deleted, and have a, what they call carpet bombing on this community or on this kind of people, it is not doable. It is just not doable to get into that kind of details. As a person who is doing a lot of work with data, I can tell it very confidently. And also we have to realize that these people, their primary duty is with the state government. Their primary duty is not with the party ruling in the center. Their primary duty is not with the ECI. So it is not that easy to go and tell, okay, these are voters out of 97 crore voters or 6 crore voters coming to a state level, 6 crore, 7 crore, whatever it is. You select them and go to the lowest level, the BLO level, and who are, Anganwadi workers or the school teachers or the healthcare people who are that level, who doesn't have that to get that kind of reach. I don't think our country has got that kind of infrastructure. Yes, as I very clearly told, there is a trust deficit. I myself don't trust the Election Commission of India organization to be doing a very professional job. But my humble opinion is that there would be errors. but those errors would not be purposeful. Those errors will be because of the organizational inefficiency, is my view.
So I'll just repeat what I understood. You're saying it is not in one person's hand, whether it is the election commissioner, whether it is the central government, whether it is the central ruling party or the state government, to have made that kind of changes which are being stated in the media. However, yes, there is a trust deficit, and that the election commissioner should have performed with more integrity. This is what I have understood.
Yes, exactly. For example, whatever was brought up last year, quoted as reasons to prove that there was vote chori, the same information, whatever was quoted out of Karnataka, I had reported in 2012 and gone to court. So there is no news about it. It is not a news that the electoral data is not complete, it is not correct. It is not a news anymore. Just because it is incorrect doesn't mean that somebody has done it wantonly.
Excellent. Yes, Mr. Schmel, you can ask your question, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you very much. Very interesting presentation. This very new topic for me, the revision of electoral rolls. And I want to ask you a question. How special intensive revision of electoral rolls can support reduction corruption in political system?
My view is that any data which is projected, which is not accurate, which is not correct, will open up other issues. For example, we insult the citizens of especially cities, telling the voter turnout is poor, telling that Bangalore has got 54% turnout, and everyone comes out making silly remarks, telling that the software engineers are crowded here, they don't care about the country, they go on long weekend, they are sipping beer in the bars when they're supposed to be casting votes. But when the reported turnout is 54%, I every time challenged, telling that it's 70%, not 54%, because a large number of duplicate voters, illegal entries still exist in the electoral roll. Now, this is about the democratic system itself, how reliable it is. Because if ever the fake entries, it is possible, I don't have any proof telling that it has been done, to cast Benami votes, proxy votes, because the name is there in the electoral roll, somebody can represent, and the voter data not being very accurate, they're very lax about verifying whether the person is correct or not. Any identity card is sufficient, you don't have to have an epic card. So it's possible that some proxy voting happens and one party gains out of it, but if it has happened or not, I have no proof. So keeping the system clean is the first duty for all of us. And so that means if one party is able to swing the votes by casting illegal votes because the entries are there in the electoral roll, similarly, the names which should be there, not there, losing votes because of that, it is a possibility. What is the probability? We have to have some cases, verify that, for which you need inside access to the system, which we don't have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So when you say, sir, that we need access to inside information, is there no transparency?
Okay, it comes in 2-3 levels. Number one, the available data, which is published only in the form of image PDF files since 2017. Before that, it was text PDF. If it is a text PDF using my personal computer, I would download crores and crores of electoral data, extract it, and do the processing maybe in a week or two. Now it is all image file. Extracting data from that is not possible by a single person. It needs huge computing power and it takes time. For example, now to extract data from one electoral roll, as I said, maybe about 1,200 voter records, it takes me 5.5 minutes on my PC. So 5.5 minutes per voter data, voter roll, 14.5 lakhs. I may not live to complete that task as a single person. It also needs some money because we need some resources to process it. And we also need huge amount of computing power. So what was possible as an individual is now not possible unless you got some funds and a team. So it becomes another task, this watchdog business for some data which is necessarily public. Somebody has got wherewithal can still do it. But a person like you and me who is generally interested in improving the quality as an individual, I can only take some samples. I can take 1,000 electoral rolls or for one part or for one constituency at the most. Beyond that is not possible by the time it is too late to do the analysis. That is one aspect. The raw data, which is available in the database, which is already very corrupt. Corrupt means not intentionally. It has gone through a lot of problems are there. It has improved from what it was 15 years ago. No doubt about that. Second thing, the result of the elections are published in something called Form 20, booth by booth. Which party has got how many votes? That kind of information is there. Now, using machine learning, artificial intelligence approaches, we can do a lot of good analysis. But again, Form 20 is now not being published. In the sense, they're supposed to publish, I have not been seeing it regularly. But Form 20 alone is not enough for me unless I got the raw data. Because I don't have the raw data now, because of the efforts, I cannot afford. So Form 20 also I cannot analyze now. So it goes on like that. Even the information that they are making it public, available, is not easily digestible by a common person. And other information, okay, for valid reasons or whatever it is not really available. We can go through the RTI, it becomes a huge problem. If you put an RTI, they got 30 days to respond to that. Within 29 days, they will refer to another department. They will make you fall sick out of it and you give up. So one is transparency by letter, another is transparency by record. And ECI organization doesn't hesitate to give us fake information. For example, they conducted a survey in Karnataka long back. Why the voter turnout is poor? The survey report said voter turnout is 84%. And they got paid 4.5 lakh rupees. The survey report was signed by a person who is dead and an organization which doesn't exist. When it is reported, no action is taken by the department. Money is paid, yours and mine. So I have seen enough evidences to prove that the department is not sincere.
At a time when we have Aadhaar card and it is functioning so well, why do we accept any, like you want to open a bank account, you want to take a phone, it's Aadhaar card is compulsory.
Yes.
Is that my understanding of mine is correct?
That's correct.
So why can't
you want to put your child near the KG school, you need Aadhaar card.
So why can't we use that in voters?
Yes. About 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, ECI wanted to make Aadhaar card compulsory. I definitely support that. Political parties went to court, got a stay, telling that Aadhaar card should not be linked with the voter records for whatever reasons they gave. Now it is okay to link Aadhaar, but it is not mandatory. Like if you go to the website, ECI website, and you want to edit the Form 8 if you want to fill up, you can enter your mobile phone number or phone number, which was not necessary earlier. Now you can give it. And there is also a field to enter your Aadhaar number. I fully agree with you that if Aadhaar number is made mandatory, the creation of duplicate records will become far more difficult. And if they check, if they see that, okay, these are duplicates, it is possible. So I have always supported making Aadhaar card mandatory here because there is no big secret about that. Everywhere we give Aadhaar card. So what is the big issue here? But the case is in the Supreme Court, whether to make it mandatory or not. Now, at least it is not negated. If you want, we can give. I request everyone go to the website of ECI, open the Form 8, at least check that these fields are available. If you like, you can enter the Aadhaar number.
So 10 years ago, perhaps the situation was different about Aadhaar cards.
Yes.
Today, the situation is different.
Yes.
So do you think that, if we could create awareness among the political parties, that it is their interest to make Aadhaar card compulsory, it would actually help. Because, in each constituency, it probably, if you try to deal with the whole country as a whole, it becomes difficult. But in each constituency where both parties are fighting with passion, if there is transparency and each constituency parties can ensure their voter records are correct, which I'm sure they're trying to do, then where is it not functioning?
See, what my experience with the political parties, at least about the cleanliness of the electoral data, I have not seen them showing interest. I met all the MLAs in Bangalore, 27 of them, visited them in their office, and home a few years ago, met the MPs who are from Bangalore, pleaded help. The representatives of political parties, several of them come home also to discuss what can be done, but nothing is done. A lot of them are so easy to do, but so far I have not seen any cooperation from the political parties or support from the political parties. That has been my experience. I must have been unfortunate, but you got a very valid point. If we can sensitize political parties. It is for the good of the country. It is beyond politics. It is beyond election fight. Having a good data, good record is necessary to run the country well. And unfortunately, the government data that we have got, not only electoral rolls, you think of below poverty line public distribution system cards or the ration card. A few years ago, when we did the work on that, we had 80 lakh families.
80 lakh?
80 lakh families, approximately 80 lakh families recorded in Karnataka. And ration card is issued to the family. 1.2 crore below poverty line ration cards are issued. You don't need a magnifying glass to see the problem. But is it being corrected? No. Even more BPL cards will be issued. So when it is so obvious, so evident, proven, and even Lokayukta at that time, Santosh Hegde brought up this issue. I was part of the team finding this out. Nothing happens. So unless we get out of this vote share, partisan politics, there is no way our country can, with all the progresses we are making that I'm proud of. But in the meantime, we feel let down.